Yeah, folks, it's Friday morning. Massey Dave. Hope you're all well. Anyway, thank you for your comments and likes as always. Much appreciated. Welcome anybody else who's watching this show. See what we're doing here. Anyway, we picked up some bits yesterday. Yeah, I need a haircut. Hopefully the weekend, get it all mopped up, chopped off. Alternator. We got some new threaded bar, so we're going to take this in and take out the knackered stuff and replace it. We've also got the steering round back been repaired. Apparently a lot of the seals inside were squished, flat, broken, missing a circlip, so we can get that put back in this morning as well, all being well. Anyway, let's get this on the bench and deal with it. As you can see, I had to muller it to get it apart. I'm knackered the threads up there because it was just all gone tight. So we'll do our best to chop out bits and replace it with a new bit of threaded bar, and then we can give it a clean up and reassemble it back onto the 178. Boom, as if by magic, it's finally back on there. Surprising the difference, a new bit of threaded bar made just for the ease of getting it in, because you've got a nut in there, so I have to wind all the way through the nut. Then you've got various spaces here, so a bit of a homemade job, but pretty well in line, I'd say. Can't do any more of that, so I think we can get the oil pump now, fit that on, and we'll be able to tackle the bits down here. They say things are sent to try one. Well, successfully getting that on. Oil pump problem now. Right. Old one, which was leaking, because as fast as you fill that up, it ended up in the bottom of that. New pump, not a huge amount of money, looks the same ish. So the old one, obviously he came off, he was sat in there, 3 bolt fixing, sat in there just like that, all fitted, lovely jubbly. Stuck them off. New one, go to put it on. Happy days. Obviously the new one, and apparently there's a 2 bolt fixing now, which is, oh, nobody's ever had a problem before, but one-handed. Yeah, slightly different on the top of the pump. There's a great big block there in the way to be able to turn that back enough to get the bolt holes to line up. One could say, oh bugger. Right, after a bit of thinking, I reckon if I obviously fit him where he's supposed to be, but as I say, I've got another bit of threaded bar here. As you can see, that line through the top of that pump, obviously the pump's a given place, it can't be moved. That's, yeah, right through the middle of that block. I reckon if I made a plate that I can bolt to that with another hole in it, so that sits up there, a little bit higher up, weld a bit on the end of that with a hole in it, so that's just sitting up higher up. That will clear, and still hopefully there'll be enough adjustment I can get it the right position through there, and enough adjustment to tension the belt up. That's all I can come up with at the moment, but I think I might just go and have a quick cup of tea and have a think, a bit more thinking, because that's what I do a lot of thinking, overcome problems. But I reckon that if he was sat literally up there, that would clear the body of the pump, the body of the alternator, and I'll make it fit. I say a bit of plate just to space that up, bolted on firmly. Found some 6mm plate, which is the same thickness as that. Do nicely. Chop the tip bits off, a bit hot. We're going to mark them out, put them together, drill 2 holes in each to be able to put one end, one the other, to jack the alternator up just a little bit. Well, even if I say so myself, I think that is worth a bit of head scratching, because it's on. It's as good as in line. It's cleared the pump. It ain't going to go anywhere. Farmers' houses, everything's tight. Adapt and overcome. That's what we like. Think outside the box and overcome problems. Steering ram, it's all been resealed. At the moment, I'm getting a finger in the hole because we're going to get the pin back in here. So we'll just grease those bushes up, get it nice lubed in. Look at that lovely red grease. Then we can reassemble this bit, onto that bit, and that bit, and that bit. We're getting round to it. Can't put the circlip on there yet because you need to swing this round enough to be able to do the pinch bolts up. We've had that grease nipple out, made sure that pin there is greasable, and yeah, once that's bolted up, we can swing that round, push that pin up enough to get the circlip onto that. Once this bit here, which is your adjustment, there's a bit of a taper on there, so you wind this down. I've had this on good authority from Michael. The adjustments on that, you get it centre, which operates this little lever here for the valve, which is called a mini top link by all accounts, which operates in and out to allow the steering left and right. So a bit of setting up to do. Never done it before, but I'm sure we can come up with a plan. Right, so the ram's back on, the pins are in, the bolts are tightened up. We just put the track rod ends in loosely. We're going to get a tape measure and just check distances on there in case we've got a length and a shortened one, just to get it right. We'll get the drag link put on as well, and then yeah, heading the right way slowly, which is what we like. Had a customer turn up to pick his slave cylinders up that I got refurbished for him, and his clutch plate. So yeah, Bernard had a good look round, asking questions as always, so tried to enlighten him with a few answers. Anyway, we'll have a quick cup of tea now. We've got the drag link fitted on, most things tightened up apart from the track rod ends. We've got it jacked up. Now, if you remember a week or so ago, I couldn't even do that, whereas now you can actually turn the steering, easy peasy. So we'll get things leveled up, get one wheel. Yeah, I think the track rods need adjusting, so we'll do a bit of winding out on them and get them as close to parallel. Right, well obviously we've got no adjustment on this side because that's fixed, and it's a fixed ball end down that one, so that's all tightened up. There's only one adjustment on that end, so we've measured it up. We've gone from the inside of there to there, and the same on the back, and we're just slightly towing in, not a lot, probably about 4 mil, so one turn on the thread. So we'll try that and see how it looks. Well, we're chipping away here. We've got the radiator back in, and my dear landlord has arrived. Hello, Rog. Let me shake your hand. Dave. There you go. Yeah, he's all dressed up today. Nice top on there. He's having a moan. He said, all I saw yesterday was an old croc walking that way. Well, you have got your Crocs on. So yeah, chipping away at it. Radiator's back on. You happy so far?
Yeah, very good job.
Good. Yeah, let me show you this. Remember you couldn't steer it? Look at this now. It all works. There we go. Right, well most things are back in. That's pretty firm and tight in there. We've got the pipes fitted on back to the pump. Now I've just spoken to Mike in Ireland, chewing the fat about a few things. He said, oh, this there needs to be no play in that. Well, unfortunately the pin that was in there was a little bit, so I found a new pin, which is a 6mm, and I found a drill bit that's the right size. So we're just going to drill through that, so that is a nice tight snug fit. So there's no play in that whatsoever. So let's get drilling a hole for that through. Is that going to be a nice fit? It goes in so far. It is tight. We'll just whip through with the drill again just to be sure. And yes, it is a left-hand drill bit. That's the other thing I got that is the right size, or as close to the right size. So hopefully that should, bit of persuasion, let's find a suitable locking stick, Yeah, that is tight. Very tight, which is what we want. There we are. Let's give it eventually. Just the angle of the dangle, but no play in that whatsoever. There we got the two pipes to connect up. I think they're that way around, like that. Yeah, a few more odds to do, but a phone call. The trunnion stuff is ready to collect for that one in there. So we're going to get in a van and go and pick it up. And it is Friday, so I think do that and go home. Why not? What's arrived? Finally, after about a month, parts for this one. 2 square cut O-rings for those filter housings. That's why nothing's happened on this one, because I've been waiting for those. Apparently Massey have had serious problems with their ordering and stock stuff. So I'm not the only one who's been waiting. I'm sure others can say they've had the same experience, but good news, we're going to pick the bits up for that. We got the bits for that one back there, and we got progress on that one out there. Happy Friday. We'll pick these up. Nice new bushes put in there, both ends. It's been test fitted, fits a treat. There's 1 thou of wear on that apparently, but the ones that were in here had been scored, picked up, and weren't very tight at all. So we'll get this shaft out. Well, when you get unloaded, get the shaft out, replace the seals in the end of that one, and then we can start reassembling this lot. Alright, it's Saturday morning, folks. Let's get this thing out of here and get it somewhere where it's closer to being needed. And folks are too far apart. Right, we've fished this bit in here, ready to go back on there. That's there ready. We'll just pull the circlips out, get the shaft out and do the seals in that bit. Then that'll be ready to bolt back in that bit. And we get the crane on the go and get this bit lifted up and try and get it on there. Whether that'll happen this morning, I don't know. We'll see how we go. Well, you little bugger. You took some getting out. You get it squeezed up one side, but you was just tight as hell on that one. But we persevered, we got it out. So now that shaft should slide back out that way, with the bearing coming out the hole. We got the one off the other side. So let's hope and pray that comes out. A little bit of persuasion on the end of that. It did come out. So looking at this seal here, he's not really sat in very square. He's got a ding here where it's been put in and caught, but he's sat a little bit on the skew width. And so he's sticking out proud here, and he's down in that side. So, yeah, let's hook that out. We got the spring out of the new O-ring, and I'm going to chop it a little bit, not a lot, just probably 2 millimeters off of that, 3 possibly, just to put a little bit more on that bottom seal. You can see there he's got a cone that end, and it just screws into itself. He's back in with the suitably sized socket, which is the same size as the outer of the seal. I've tapped him in. He's looking pretty square all the way round. So, a little bit of lube on that, put that back in, and get that nasty little circuit back in the end of it. It only seems a short while ago I did this job on that other one that sprung a leak. So I've done the same on this oil seal. I've taken about 1 inch out of the spring. So we're just going to give this here a good clean up. Try that on there, make sure it's a nice fit on that. And then we can fit that seal in the end of that. We've got it slid on, and that's a pretty good fit. That's nice and firm, which is what we want. So hopefully that ain't going to leak. There she is, another seal all fitted in that. Let's swing this bit over here, get it somewhere close. Well, we got it swung a bit closer. Need to have a clean up in round there, and check out the thrust washers that they're the right ones, because I don't think they were, because we had a lot of up and down play on that. I haven't put the shaft back in yet, but I'm going to call that a day here for today, or this morning. Other things to do. I'm going to do, as I said, might have a bonus video tomorrow, I don't know yet. We'll see how the weather looks. So on that note, thanks for watching. Click the old like, subscribe. Glad we got bits back for this one. We got bits back for that one. Oh, finally turned up. So yeah, 178 coming along nicely. So could be a busy couple of weeks ahead getting stuff done. But it's always busy here. So as I said, click the old like, subscribe, give us a comment, probably have a haircut by then. And we'll see you all on the next one. Cheers.